reels. Yes, that is exactly right. Strange. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, that big monitor in the background as he's walking in with his custom-made jacket that is chasing millions. It says millions says it right on the jacket. There's no escape. His tan shirt that he's wearing says chasing millions right on it. His necklace is a C and an M in reference to chasing millions that he was wearing back in 2019, 2020, 2021. Go check. I want you to, because I have the footage on that too. So it's not something that is specific to the Buffalo Bills. No, it's not. He was doing that when he was playing for somebody else. I believe it was the Panthers, I wanted to say. He was wearing that chain when he was playing for them. You're like, well, what does it matter? Because, ladies and gentlemen, that does not look like somebody that is addressing the public after coming out of intensive care. That is not what we are looking at. You think it's addressing the public. No, it's not. That is an artifact of Mimic software and Voco. And I can damn well prove it. You'd be like, how would you prove that? Well, pretty easy. His hair is in braids, and on his right shoulder at 20 seconds in. At 20 seconds in, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see him talking, and that braid of hair is sitting on his shoulder. It sure is, for a couple of seconds, and then it jumps around a little bit. There's no reason for it to jump around, but okay. Some people do jump around videos. It's not a big deal. It's very common. Right? But here's the problem. At 1 minute and 22 seconds, the exact same frame shows up again. Why would that be? And I'll explain to you why that would be. This same exact frame shows up yet again at 1 minute and 42 seconds. The exact same frame shows up yet again at 2 minutes and 25 seconds. And the exact same frame shows up yet again at 4 minutes and 5 seconds. What? Exactly. Well, let me explain to you why that would be. There is a software called Mimic software. All they need is 20 minutes. And Voco software. All they need is 20 minutes of you talking. 20 minutes of you sitting there on video. That's all they need. And the computer program will mimic your facial expressions, the way you breathe, your mannerisms, those sorts of things. It is my opinion what everyone saw was a sports reel. But how would we come to that conclusion? And how would we come to the conclusion that this, in fact, may be a CIA operation? I know that sounds crazy. Well, you see, Facebook was doing a lot of work with the CIA in the past. That's common knowledge, and everyone knows it. That's not my opinion. It's not conjecture. That's common knowledge. Now Facebook has changed their name to Meta. And saying that, according to some, here in this live stream, that if you have a blue check by your name, you should be able to upload videos longer than 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So ask yourself this question. Why was an excerpt taken from that video that was published on Instagram and played on Twitter to only have a link back that goes to Instagram? Meaning the only way you can see it is if you're signed into Instagram, which is really a subsidiary of Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. Facebook, in fact, has the largest facial recognition database on the planet. Yes, they do. You're like, but what does this got to do with the hair? Well, you see, when that hair his braid is on the shoulder, and then it keeps repeating. That means that specific video footage, they didn't have enough of the video where he's keeping his hands to himself. Because if you look at other interviews, he does a lot of this. He's talking, sort of like with his hands. So in order to replicate the voco technology to make him say the things that he's saying, that he really didn't say, they need to have those fragments where he's sitting still. The voco has the target video, which is him sitting there, and then you have another actor who can make him say anything they want with his face and his voice, and it's 100% garbage. How would I prove it? Go prove it yourself. Here are the timestamps. Start the video on Instagram at 0:20 seconds in. You will see that same exact frame repeat itself at 1 minute and 22 seconds, again at 1 minute and 42 seconds, again at 2:25, and again at 4:05. That doesn't make sense. Well, yes, it does, because of what I just told you. Voco has been, essentially, it is the audio version of Adobe Photoshop. Adobe Photoshop was invented in 1987, maybe 89, something like that. Voco has been non-published, but believe you me, in an instance like this, where they had to produce, everybody said, put up a video. They didn't put up a video. They put up a production. Sleight of hand, a hoodwink. It's hogwash. Prove me wrong. Go to those timestamps. I challenge anybody on the planet to do a live stream and pull up those timestamps. It's right there in the. It's right there in the thumbnail. If you want a better version of it, go to my October Range Twitter account and see it really large. And take a screen cap, get all the timestamps. Do it live. I want you to. And when you see that those frames keep repeating themselves, you're going to say, why? Now you understand why. But who is going to gain from this? Well, the pharmaceutical companies are going to gain from it. The United States government is going to gain from it. And the NFL is going to gain from it. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you already went out there and chimed in, has anyone on the planet seen Mr. Hamlin on any of these sports shows? Anybody? Has he been on CNN? What about Fox? Has somebody interviewed him? I mean, he was out there and he was having a big old chitty chat. Why isn't this dude plastered on every freaking? You mean to tell me CNN couldn't afford to do an exclusive? You tell me 60. Where's this dude at? Well, why not? He's just chimed in like a chirp bird on that video yesterday. Well, where's he at now? He ain't nowhere. I wonder why. I bet you can figure it out. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I want you to. I don't know if I did there, Leon. I'm doing a live stream right now. That's right. He played for the Panthers. Absolutely. And he was wearing his gold chain, and he was doing the Chasing Millions.